people that they are supposedly serving. Women in this country have been through enough. What women don't need is a man who is found liable for sexual abuse, controlling what we can or cannot do with our bodies. What we don't need are politicians who have sworn fealty to a convicted felon, treating us like we are the criminals. Listen, I'm sure that some of my Republican colleagues are going to run to the nearest camera to claim that their actions have simply been misunderstood. Well, to those colleagues, I say that today's vote is your chance to put your vote where your mouth is, to prove that you believe that every woman in this country deserves the chance to be called mommy without also being called a criminal. Because look, when I went to war to defend this nation's rights and freedoms, I expected that those freedoms to remain when I returned. And I did it because I believe so deeply in the importance of that mission. I'm not asking Republicans to head into combat to show that they care deeply too. I'm not asking them to do anything difficult at all, really. All I'm asking of them is to simply support this bill that could represent millions of women's only chance of starting a family. All I'm asking of them is to vote in a way that reflects the position they claim to have when they're spouting talking points on cable news. With that, I'll hand it over to my good friend, Senator Booker. Oh, do you want to see the photo?
So this press conference should not be necessary. We should not have to be here. Unfortunately, Donald Trump's Supreme Court has thrown so many of the fundamental rights of Americans into crisis. We've seen reproductive care. We've seen marriage equality. We have seen so many of the things from workers' rights to civil rights that we've relied on literally for a generation now force us to show more strength in our activism to defend those fundamental rights. I'm grateful for Leader Schumer in securing some key rights, like us moving as a Congress to secure marriage equality in our country despite Donald Trump's Supreme Court putting it in jeopardy. I'm grateful for the leadership of the Senate that has, again, pushed to secure access to abortion care on the floor for a vote to see where people stand. And here we are yet again, just as we were with marriage equality or abortion rights, where the overwhelming majority of Americans support an issue, support a right that the Supreme Court has put in jeopardy, that Donald Trump's Supreme Court has put in jeopardy. We are in a nation where it is not controversial that parents should have access to reproductive care. We have an infertility crisis both here in America and globally, with 1 in 6 families facing infertility. We see families that are religious, families that are not, families in red states, families in blue states, Republicans, independents, and Democrats all believe that we should be securing the right to IVF and believe we should be expanding it for military families who are willing to do the ultimate sacrifice for their country but shouldn't have to sacrifice pathways to being parents. And so today is a sad day that we have to stand here and put a common sense bill on the floor only to watch Republicans strain to find excuses not to vote for what over 70% of Americans want. This is not about politics, it's about people. It's about people over politics, and literally, with my colleagues behind them, it's putting the people before the politicians. Look at these families' faces. Look at their joy. Look at their happiness. Look at their glee that they have what is called the great miracle of having children. Literally, in the Jewish faith, the birth of a child is considered to be the renewal of hope for the world. And so this is about hope. It is about love. It is about ensuring that we as a nation are what we say we are, a place with liberty and justice, a place where we really can be about the pursuit of perhaps the greatest happiness there is. I want to just thank the extraordinary leadership of the 2 women on my left. I've listened to Tammy's story in countless interviews now that we've done together. Her sharing her personal pain, I've seen the steadfast, indefatigable leadership of Patty. I want to thank Rosa DeLaura for working with me for years now on expanding access for people through public and private insurance. I am telling you, we are on the right side of history, and we will not stop fighting until those ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are achievable for all families.
Great job. Thank you, everybody.
We're just going to ask everybody if you guys can all take like 4 steps backwards so we can get a full photo.
That was great. These pictures are so beautiful.
I know, right?
I don't want to block. Let's see. I'm going to kneel. Oh, no. Move the podium.
Oh, turn mine on. Okay, sorry.
Can you move it? Move the podium. Let's move the podium.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to... Too many microphones? Should I move it, Chuck?
Former All-American football player.
Thank you.
I guess I should. Sorry. How to work out. All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks, everybody. That was great.
Thank you for all your help.
How do you know?
That's Liz.
Hey, Nadia. Hey. So will be seating for the... Yes. No. Nice to see you. Worked out. Great audience. They're all good speakers. Hey.